Okay, so this is actually running right now. And what I'm curious about are these two canned caps, these stuffed caps, or stuffed cans. And they're not running hot, so, and yeah, they're not really running hot, so. Well, and the reason why I wanted to check those was, in fact, let me do this first. Turn this off. All right. In the instructions that came with the kit, the author, the tech that put the kit together, said replace them if they get hot, which is very common. If they don't, you probably don't have to worry about them. So I was just kind of curious. I think I will still replace them, but and then I wanted to run it for a little bit to see if it cut out or anything. It did not. And then there still is a little bit of noise when I power it off, a little bit of that, you know. You may have heard it when I just shut it off, so I'm just kind of curious as to what that's about. So next up, for this segment, we're going to do the regulator board. So regulator board right here should just slide right out. Yeah, these are cool. So, come on. Oh, it's screwed in. Oh wait, no. Yeah, it's screwed in. There's a bracket. So I'll remove the screw. I think there are only 3 items that I'm going to replace on this board right now. Keep my screws all separate over here. There we go. There we go. So we've got cap, transistor, 2 regulators, dog scratching at the door. Wonderful. Let me get Stella, otherwise she's going to be very annoying. I swear everything it takes twice as long with these dogs. So I'm going to do the cap first. And there's Ralph whining. Let me get him. So let's pull that cap out, and it's positive to the top. And we'll get our regulator bag. And again, I do want to test this, so just curious as to where it is in terms of tolerance specification. You know what I might do? Normally I don't like to do this, but I'm just going to cut it. I'm going to cut it out and then remove those because test it. And again, just this is purely curiosity. 145, so that was for 100 microfarad. That was it's quite a ways off. So what I'm going to do is remove the remnants of the lead and put the new one in here. I realized I was doing that way off camera down here, so I may have to move the Mac out of the way. Alright, so this was positive to the top, and we're just going to kind of stretch this out. And where's my, there they are. Trying to get it to where it kind of sits a little flat on the board. Man, come in quite a bit on this top one. I don't know if you can hear Stella's pacing, walking around the garage. Okay, so I will now tack that in, and then we'll move on to the other components. Alright, so the cap has been replaced. Now we have, my glasses keep falling off my head. Alright, we've got, see, JE340, JE340, and 2SA1220. So 2SA1220 goes there, and then these two will go in same orientation as those two there. So I'm going to pop these out. Apply some thermal compound to these, and then tack that in. Now Stella wants inside, so I'm going to break away and then come back. So one thing to point out, some of these actually have that nut is soldered in. So the other one was not. This one is. So we have to remove the solder. I really hate holding something that I'm desoldering in one hand. So remove as much of that as I can. Get some bulkier papers to unscrew that. So just a heads up, that could be soldered. Alright, new ones go in, same orientation as the old. There we go. Alright, let me get some thermal compound, put the new ones in. Alright. So those have been replaced. Now the last thing to replace is that transistor. And the orientation, I believe, is different between these two. So the writing is on this side, the flat portion of the transistor is on that side. So the assumption would be to put it in this way. I'm going to pull this transistor I'm just thinking. So with this type of transistor, and so if you see the little sockets that the legs go in, I don't know if I want to remove the sockets or just remove. See if I can just remove the transistor. I think probably removing the sockets. Yeah, So anyway, let me just go through that real quick. Alright, so this is how it was sitting in there, like so. What I want to do is, with the flat part facing me, and I'm just looking at the legs, I'll go the right leg, I'll do red, green, blue ish, right? Red, green, blue. Test this, and what I'm looking for is just how the legs are oriented in terms of emitter collector base. So red is collector, blue is emitter. So the way it was set up in here was emitter, collector. So emitter, collector. So this leg comes back and base. So when you put the new transistor in, and I'm going to triple check this, it should be facing this resistor right here. So it was in like this. Wait. Let me, yeah. It was sitting in like this. So emitter, because emitter is blue. So the blue, yeah, emitter collector base. So it should be facing that resistor right there. This is one of those things I'm going to quadruple check it so before I soldered it in. So let me cut over to that. Hold on a second. Triple confirmed. Looked at it about 4 different times, and then I actually looked at the instructions that came with the kit, and it says that the lettering for this transistor should face that big white resistor right there in the middle of the board. So. Whoa, that's crooked. Don't like that at all. Let me straighten that out. It's got the gangster lean going right now. Let me straighten that out a little bit. Not that it matters. Purely aesthetic, but I want it to be, yeah, there we go. And again, once I'm done with this board, I will fire it up, test it, let it run for a while, and see what it does. There's the slightest bit of play in that board. I could not get the screw to line up. So I'm going to put the old parts back in here. I dropped the other one. I got to find that other transistor. So some of these old parts I'm going to put back in. And not this cap though. Alright, so I'm going to connect this again. And we'll give it a listen, make sure nothing crazy happens. And then we'll go on to the next step. Not sure what the next step's going to be. May do, I don't know. I guess we'll find out when I pick it up in the next segment. So, assuming nothing crazy happens here in the next minute or so, we'll call this segment good. So if you like what you see, like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.